All right, everybody, welcome back. It is From the Pocket, coming at you after a crazy Sunday of games. Christian, I'll be real with you. Last week and this week, it really shows how good football is. Like, you had just blowout central last week, everything crazy. And then this week, you look up, the Packers lose, the Lions lose, the Chiefs lose.
Well, that was
You did expect that.
I expected that.
But like, I mean,
it's
the
regular season.
Broncos dogfight with the
I thought that could have been close.
Well, it really tells you, Vegas had this line at 1.5 and didn't move it, despite the fact that all the money was coming in on the Broncos. But then C.J. Stroud gets hurt, and you probably feel like that might have been the difference in the game. But the Chargers, they ended up pulling away from the Titans, but the Titans hung around for a while. They lost Joe Alt. The 49ers had a big win against the Giants, but another key injury to Michael Williams on their defensive line. So
rookie too.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I think we have to start with the game of the week, the Bills Chiefs. That's the marquee match.
I thought you were talking about Thursday.
Now we'll talk about Thursday, but we got to talk about Chiefs Bills.
Yes.
The Bills. I mean, look, the score was 28-21, but honestly, the Bills kind of bullied the Chiefs the entire game.
That first half.
That first half was back and forth. It was a little nip and tuck, but then from the second quarter up until like the beginning of the fourth quarter, it really felt like the Bills were kind of imposing their will. The Chiefs were doing what they do. They were converting in key spots, keeping the score close, but like James Cook has over 100 yards rushing. It's the first time in a season and a half the Chiefs have given up that. First time in 11 games they've given up a 100-yard receiver, Dalton Kincaid. So it just Josh Allen, slow, methodical. Patrick Mahomes felt like he was just under duress.
Yeah, he was pressing a lot. That interception, uncharacteristic late in the game, double coverage. You can't. And he knows he can't do that. But I mean, do or die situation, and they almost got off the hook with that missed field goal there for the Bills, but they were able to hold on. I just want to say, I kind of roll my eyes when Nick Wright kind of talks about the Chiefs, but I do think in this respect he does get this right. In the regular season, it just feels like the Bills just want it more. Like obviously the Chiefs want to, win these games. They are 5-4. Like they're not getting the 1 seed this year. Like that's out of question. I mean, it's still up for grabs. The Colts lost, but now you're behind the Bills now. I guess you still have to play the Colts. So, I mean, I guess I think the number 1 seed's out of question. Maybe the number 2 seed, maybe, unless the AFC just, I guess the Patriots could beat the Bills. I mean, something weird could happen. This season has been all over the place. But, I just think for the Bills, I feel like this just means more for them playing Kansas City. But we all know when it comes down to it in the playoffs, they need to get it done, and they just haven't gotten it done in the postseason. So, I mean, if I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I'm happy we got the win. Kansas City on the road, great feeling. You're 6-2 now. Now you should be on top of the conference now. The
Colts are still 7-2.
Yeah, I forgot.
The Broncos are 7-2.
So, I mean, the Bills, you get to stay. You're still in that number 1 spot contention. So, good for the Bills. Chiefs, they still very good. I think this team is still very good. Just a kind of tough outing, and the Bills kind of wake up for this game.
Yeah,
it seems like. But I still believe in the Chiefs. I am not worried about them. But I think at this point, the number 1. Unless these top teams like the Colts or the Bills start having like these major meltdowns later in the season, I don't think Kansas City is going to get the number 1 seed this year.
I'll be honest. I'm starting to wonder if we got to start asking whether or not they're going to win their division. I
That
mean,
is
maybe
also
it's too early.
a
I mean, look, they still have the Broncos. They're 2 games behind the Broncos. They have the
they have
Broncos
to play them
twice.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're going into a bye week right now. They're going to come out of that bye week and go play in Denver. So, like, that's a gift. Like, it's bad enough you got to go play in Denver, but, like, when you can do that coming out of a bye, that's fantastic. We know how good Andy Reid is off a bye. But,
true.
I mean, you look at their schedule. Like, they still got the Colts. They got the Texans. They got the Chargers, aforementioned Broncos twice. I mean, they do have the Cowboys, Titans, and Raiders. But, like, I mean, this is not an easy schedule going forward for them. And I do agree. I mean, I think the 1 seed is just out of the question at this point. The Bills, I won't lie, like, I know they usually win this regular season matchup, but I was pretty surprised at how this game went. Not necessarily that they won. Like, it feels like they'll always find a way to win this matchup, but just the way the Chiefs felt like they have been playing the past few weeks. You know, all the statistics about how high they are on offense and on defense and what they're averaging, and they're putting up 30 points again. And Patrick Mahomes is, you know, top. I think he's actually leading the league in total touchdowns coming into this week. And you have Josh Allen, who kind of entering a slump. They're really good at running the ball, the Bills, but this defense is kind of shaky and questionable, and they're losing Ed Oliver, and they lost more people in the secondary coming into this game, and they just ate that Chiefs offense for 4 quarters. I mean, it really felt like, and some, you know, they got a little lucky here and there. Like, Christian Benford saved that touchdown at the end of the half, and they end up holding them, and they have to settle for a field goal instead of getting a touchdown. Like, that's a key difference. But the Bills, you know, they did give up a long 4th down. So it's just, I was just very surprised at how well the Bills defense played in this game. And even, like, I mean, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes had the ball twice at the end of the game. I know one of them was with like 22 seconds, but he had the ball 2 times with an opportunity to go score, and that defense held him back 2 times in a row. Like, I feel like I agree, if you're a Bills fan, like, you feel like, oh yeah, we can do this. Like, we can still go get the 1 seed. I know it's a little bit of a long shot, but, like, you know, they play the Dolphins, Steelers, Bengals, Browns.
Yeah, they do not have a hard schedule. Like,
I mean, the Bucks, Texans,
the Patriots,
Pats, Eagles are a little tough. Like, they got some tough matchups. And I mean, even, you know, Cleveland in Cleveland. I know on paper that's hard, but you'd think by December 21st the Browns probably are just packing it up. Yeah. But I mean, the Bills, to me, this was a big game for the Bills. Like, I do agree. I think they needed this one more, and I think that they set themselves up nicely, and this really does damper the Chiefs' season, because even if the Chiefs are going to be fine, and we expect them to be fine, and they'll be in the playoffs, and they still might win this division, like, you're really hurting their seeding. And the Chiefs are now at the point where it is almost certain that if they're going to make a deep playoff run, they're going to have to go win a game on the road. So,
which they did prove it.
They have done that, like, you know. But obviously, you'd rather play in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
So, of course. But no, congrats to the Bills. I think some of the concern over Josh Allen has been a little overblown, and I think Josh Allen is fine. And James Cook has been having a phenomenal year.
He has, especially, you love to see it after getting a big contract. You know, it's kind of tough with these teams, especially like with running backs getting paid and, you know, having to prove it the next year. And he's playing very well. Colts Steelers. I think that was.
I got a lot of stuff for the Colts Steelers. That was a crazy look. Obviously, Colts upset. I mean, look, the score was not near as close as.
Yes, it was.
It was a very lopsided game. The Steelers dominated this one, up 3 possessions at one point. I mean, look, I don't know what you wanted me to tell you. Like, I told you, Steelers +3. Like, this is the kind of game that the Steelers come in and play. Like, this, it just, you know, the question to me is, like, Daniel Jones, and not all his fault. Like, I know everybody who wants to see Daniel Jones fail.
They're gonna. Three interceptions.
He had 5 turnovers. Yeah. But he was sacked 5 times, and every time I saw this game pop up on my TV, or like when I was watching it on my phone or wherever, Daniel Jones was just getting hit. I mean, he was just getting bullied all game long.
T.J. Watt, I think, had a strip fumble.
Yeah, and Jonathan Taylor, I think he had like 45 yards today.
Yeah, it was not the formula that have we've seen the Colts, you know, be this dominant offense throughout the year. This was not the game plan. Daniel
No,
Jones thrown it 50 times.
yeah, I mean, you know, part of that is again when you fall behind and it's just like we just got to throw it. But I mean, the Steelers defense, like,
they've been getting a lot of flack.
yeah, they have. I mean, this secondary's been bad. Joey Porter had an interception. Obviously, again, 3 interceptions today. But I mean, look, it's just there are some things that are surprising in the NFL, but to me, this was just not surprising. Like, we see the Steelers find a way to 9 to 10 wins every single year, and we wonder, how do they keep doing this? And then it's like they go play the Colts in Pittsburgh, and everybody's like, well, the Colts are going to win. And it's like, no, this is one of the 9 or 10 wins the Steelers find along the way. Yeah. And that's how they maintain this. Right? They're getting upsets at home, and they're beating the teams that they should. That's going to win you 9-10 games. And you know, I feel like maybe you say they quelled their secondary concerns for a week. I'm still worried as to how that'll look. But, I mean, they did a great job with their front seven today. And,
yeah,
you know, maybe this is the recipe to beat the Colts. I don't know. I feel like this was maybe more their offensive line just having a bad day. Because I like the Colts' offensive line. Like, I don't look at their offensive line as a concern.
No, I will agree with you there and say I think this was just kind of like their off day. And, you know, hats off to the Steelers for that front seven. They looked at the tape and they checked it, and they had it all blocked up. Like, Jonathan Taylor had nowhere to go. And then you got to rely on Daniel Jones. He did have 342 yards, but he, you know, had 50 attempts, and he put the ball in harm's way. And you know, you get a good solid win versus a good team. You're 5-3, still on top of their division. Especially Pittsburgh needed this win. Baltimore seems to be resurging, and you know, Cincy and Cleveland are essentially out of it. Good win for the Steelers. Tough loss for the Colts. You know, they're still on top of the AFC. Hopefully they can get a bounce back game next week. They're playing the Falcons. International game, I believe, in Germany. Okay.
Yeah.
International game in Germany. I think that's a get right game for them. 6.5 right now as the spread for them.
Could be a big spread.
So,
one more thing I will say on this is, look, I mean, the Steelers' defense has some questions. The Steelers' offense still, I mean, here's the next-gen stat for you. Aaron Rodgers averaged just 2.7 air yards per attempt, which was the third fewest by any quarterback in a game this season. I don't know, like, I don't feel any different about the Steelers after this game. I know Steelers fans are going to be like, "Oh, see, look, we beat the best team in the league," and all. I don't. I look, great game. Love your defense showing up, your front seven showing up. I still want to see your secondary string games together. I still haven't seen your offense be awesome. Like, I still feel like you need to go get a receiver before this deadline hits on Tuesday. This is a 10-7 team to me. It is what it is. And they might win their division. I mean, at this rate, like, if they can keep stringing wins together, they might win this division. It just might be too big of a hole for Baltimore to catch up on. If they can find a way to split with the Ravens, that's their best case scenario. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones, I don't know, a little bit of faith shaken. I don't know. Jonathan Taylor finally has a bad day, and you turn the ball over 5 times. Like, that's not gonna. He's going to get eaten up in the media this week. I know that much.
Oh, yeah. They're chomping at the bits for the Cinderella game. Or him becoming a pumpkin again. For the Steelers, I will say, though, I mean, for the Aaron Rodgers thing about, you know, this is what their offense has been all year. It really, after that Jets game, they kind of realized, okay, we just can't sit here and drop back, 30, 40, 50 times a game. Aaron Rodgers is 40, and for what it's worth, he is doing pretty well for this offense this year. You know, they're getting the ball out there. He's being pretty efficient. He's not turning the ball over. They're running it as best as they can. Um, and he has some wild throw. He still got it in him. Like he still got some great throws. And you watch these Steelers games, and he still looks pretty solid behind center. Is just he's 40. So I do want to give Aaron Rodgers a little bit of credit for the season. He's been quiet, which we love. We haven't seen him. He hasn't done the Pat McAfee show and all that. So I do want to give Aaron Rodgers some props for how he's been moving throughout the season.
I mean, I will give him credit. Like, this is the thing about the Steelers' offense historically, right? In this new post-Ben Roethlisberger era we're in, is this offense looks boring. It looks sluggish. But the problem is, while it also looks boring and sluggish, it can also have a hard time converting in key moments and be inefficient. It still, in this year with Aaron Rodgers, is boring and sluggish, but the difference is Aaron Rodgers is efficient. And so even though it is all those things, it is also, at least in some capacity, productive, and at least can do the things you need it to do in certain moments, right? Need you to grind the clock out. But I mean, the data is what it is. Jaylen Warren, 1.9 per yard average. DK Metcalf, 2 receptions on 6 yards. Like, it's just, this is what it is. The offense did have 24 points off of turnovers. So, I mean, that really just shows you, I mean, that's all but 3 of their points coming off of turnovers. So, like, it was, the offense took advantage. Again, the offense takes advantage of the moments. That's the sign of Aaron Rodgers. That it's almost kind of a quarterback stat for Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. But it's still, the data is still just like, man, this offense is just not that good. So,
It is not. It is not.
So, all right, anyway, let's move on to, Christian, I won't lie, I think we got to talk about this Lions-Vikings game.
Did not see this one coming.
Not at all. I had the Lions big in this game, as you know, got down to 9.5, or I guess up to 9.5 on the spread at kickoff. And again, kind of one of those games where it's like the Lions scored and they kind of made it close, but like there was a stretch of this game where the Vikings really were dominating the Lions at one point. Like, Lions came out and scored early, and then for a while there it was just all Vikings. Lions, I mean, they were scoring, they were keeping up, but it was just, I mean, Detroit could not run the ball in this game. Jahmyr Gibbs had not a great day. Jared Goff was eaten up by the pressure over and over again. I mean, it was just very bizarre because I feel like this offense in the Lions has done a great job against this defense with Brian Flores, and they just did not this time around. I don't know, Christian. What are your thoughts? What do you think of J.J. McCarthy getting back?
I thought he looked solid. Like, he ran it in for a touchdown, had two touchdowns in this game. Did have an interception, but looks like it could be a little bit okay with J.J. McCarthy's back there. He did get sacked 5 times. So did Jared Goff. So, they're offensively, quarterbacks are under duress. But the Minnesota did run the ball well. As a team, had 29 carries, 142 yards, averaged 4.9 yards per carry, and even had that J.J. McCarthy touchdown. So that helped. I think that was a big contributing factor for them getting the run game going against Detroit. They were getting after them. But, I mean, it's a division game. Like, I don't know how many times we have to say it, but it usually it's these games are back and forth and not usually one-sided. And to do this on the road for Minnesota, what a big win here. And this AFC North just got really, really close. All of a sudden, Green Bay, with them losing, now they're 5-2-1. Minnesota just beating Detroit, dropped them down to 5-3. Chicago's 5-3 with the win. And now Minnesota's 4-4, 2 games out behind Green Bay. Do they still have to play Green Bay twice?
Yeah, they got to play them twice.
So, I mean, Minnesota, you're still looking up, but I mean, they're in this, and I don't know how much stock I'm going to put into this game, but I mean, I'm coming out of this game pretty positive for the Vikings. I don't know if J.J. McCarthy can keep that consistency. We saw that when he was healthy at the beginning of the year. He wasn't very consistent. But, I mean, this is a very, very good win for them. Hopefully they can take that into their next week. They are playing the Ravens.
Tough.
But you do have them at home.
That's helpful.
Got the Ravens at home.
That's helpful. I really have two more thoughts on this for the Vikings. I mean, I think there is something to be said about when you try to do something, right, an action or whatever, or like you're trying to learn a job, and then after you try to do it, you step back and let somebody who's more experienced do that job. And then you can kind of see, oh, okay, so they're doing this when this happens, I should do this, and when this and it's kind of like
you get the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's when you don't know how to do a job and you're watching somebody do a job, there's not a lot of context for the things they're doing. But when you actually try it yourself, you learn those little nuances. It's like, oh, I need to be doing this instead. I feel like J.J. McCarthy, when we first saw him, obviously was all over the place, very inconsistent. Had that great fourth quarter against the Bears, and that was about it. He steps away, goes without playing football for basically almost 6 weeks essentially. And in that 6 weeks, he got to see Carson Wentz, and he got, oh, okay, so that's how I'm supposed to do that. And he's getting these more informed mental reps. So I feel like if you're the Vikings, all this to say, this is what I feel like you wanted to see from J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
You wanted to see him come out here. Again, some passes that were a little erratic behind his guys, sacked 5 times, but they were able to run the ball well.
He had was crazy.
Yes, but he made some good throws, and he iced the game. That throw to Jalen Naylor at the end of the game to ice it on that 3rd and 5, that was phenomenal. That was a beautiful, beautiful play, and that's the kind of stuff I feel like. Look, he's essentially a rookie, right? Yeah. Like, he's in his first season as a starter. He's going to make mistakes. You just want to see him making more good plays than he does mistakes. And I feel like that's what we got out of him. And as for the Lions, I mean, it's pretty simple. You pressure Jared Goff.
Yeah.
It's game. And Jared Goff struggles with pressure. He struggled in this game with pressure. So here is some stats for you. Oh, man, and Jahmyr Gibbs, he struggled to also pick up blitzes. 7 pressures he allowed on 16 pass block snaps, according to Next Gen. Yeah, I mean, he was 6 of 16 against pressure and had a 55.1 passer rating. So, very tough. Very tough. All right. Let's go ahead. We keep on this NFC North gambit right here. Let's talk about the Packers losing to the Panthers on a last-second field goal. The rookie of the Panthers, their kicker, whose name is escaping me at the moment, but that's okay. He, on a very, very windy day, goes in there, had missed an extra point, goes in and nails a 49-yarder. Yeah, 49-yarder, wins the game.
Ryan Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzgerald, that's his name. So, Panthers with the win. Christian, I have a lot to say on this game, but I will let you go first.
I mean, obviously, first things first for the Panthers. Bryce Young's first game back, and they were on a winning streak when he was in. Wasn't a incredible day by him. 11 for 20, had an interception for only 102 yards. But we know what this team wants to do. And they want to run the ball. Rico Dowdle, 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They're just as long as Bryce Young can steer the ship a little bit, and he, for the most part, took care of the ball. And for the Packers, man, dude, yeah, I can see the concern. I wouldn't put this all on Jordan Love. He did have an interception as well there. But, yeah, this Packers team, I know Jordan Love just turned 27, and, all the Packers.
Happy birthday, Jordan Love. For the
it was his birthday today. Yeah. All the Packers quarterbacks win their Super Bowls when they're 27, but I'm just not seeing it. I know they're 5-2-1, but this team, I feel, just doesn't. It's just too inconsistent, and plays down to the competition. Like you're supposed to win this game. Maybe not blow them out. You know, Panthers are an okay team. I guess they're second in the NFC South. Wow, I just realized that.
They're 5-4.
Right, 5-4.
I mean, and they've got some like. I mean, they've got some wins on their resume. I mean, they've just beaten the Packers. They beat the Cowboys. You know, they went and thumped the Falcons.
30-0.
I mean, like, again, yes, they've lost to the Patriots. They've lost to the Cardinals. They've lost to the Jags. Like, yes, they have some. Obviously, they got destroyed by the Bills. But, I mean, they're winning the games that they can. They've got the Saints, Falcons on deck. Like, this team could be 6-5 in a couple weeks with a stretch of games that you feel like, hey, you know, maybe if you split those, like, this team could be 9-8. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to make the playoffs in the NFC, but Panthers, like,
they're in the hunt.
They're in the hunt. Like, they're in the hunt. They're kind of like what we thought the Raiders might be this year, where it's like you look up and you're like, wait, why are they in pole position for a wild card spot? Why did that happen? For the Packers, look, I don't mean to toot my own horn here. But I said going into this season, this team was going to be 9-8. And I said,
I think they'll go 9-8.
When I was picking their schedule, I had them at this point in the season 5-3. Now, who did I say they were going to lose to? I said they'd lose to the Steelers, to the Cardinals, to the Lions. They didn't lose to any of those teams, but they have lost to the Browns. They've lost to the Panthers, and they tied with the Cowboys. So it's not about picking exactly who's going to beat them. It's about the general sense of their schedule. And I said this is a 5-3 team. This is a 9-8 team on the back half of the season. And
got the Eagles up deck.
This is who they have for the rest of the season. They have the Eagles. They have the Vikings twice and the Bears twice. They have the Ravens and the Broncos and the Lions. I think the Giants, they play the Giants in week 11. Like, that's probably a win. Maybe they split with the Vikings. I'll give them a split with the Bears. Like, that's 3 games that it's like I can safely say you're going to win. Now, maybe you want to be catty with me and go, well, we're going to sweep the Bears. Well, sure, but you didn't last year, so I'm just saying. Like, you split with them last year, too. You went 1-6 in your division, so I'm just going to assume you're going to rattle off all these division wins. But, I mean, look, maybe 9-8 is a little down, but I don't see this team getting more than 11 wins max. And
they just lost Tucker Kraft, too.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, Lions, Broncos, Ravens, Eagles, to me, I could see them going 0-4 against those teams. I mean, I really could.
This Eagles game Monday night, I think the lone spot Monday night, I think this will get a good this will tell us a lot. Are you contenders or are you just pretenders? I think, so looking forward to this Monday night game against the Eagles. We'll get a very clear picture is how they play out that Monday.
And I really can't tell what the Packers are. Like, again, like, obviously we know they have talent. They've been to the playoffs. What is it, 4 of the last 5 years, if not more than that? Like,
won a playoff game
a couple years ago. They've been to the playoffs back-to-back years under the Jordan Love era. I mean, but they have they have a really good run defense. Gave up 163 yards today. They were 1-5 in the red zone. Mm-hmm. And they just, in Lambeau, let this mid-Panthers defense just absolutely bully them. Jordan Love did not play well. They did not protect Jordan Love well. I'm not down. I'm not going to say I'm down on Jordan Love after this. Like, Jordan Love has been much better than I thought he would be this year. Jordan Love really hasn't even been to me a lot of the problem. Like, it's been
it's been weird. Yeah, it's been really weird. It's
been a little bit of the coaching, a little bit of the play calling. This defense is. I mean, this defense has not. Their defense is good. It's maybe even really good, but 40 points against the Cowboys, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but at least you feel like Jordan Love can be consistent. I mean, I'm not going to kill Jordan Love for having a bad day today. Like, he has had a really, really good season. But Micah Parsons, not a single pressure today. It's the first game in his career without a pressure. So that's not a very reliable stat. Like, you can't really bank on Micah Parsons to do that. But it just shows, like, I don't know what goes on with this team. It's a very weird team. And if I'm a Packers fan, I feel very, very frustrated.
I don't know how you wouldn't be frustrated right now. Like, especially how you opened up the season with dominating the Lions like that. And now you're just kind of like, you're still on top of the NFC, but I mean, you don't feel confident that you could just hold that spot for the rest of the season moving forward.
I don't feel like the Packers at this point are even a top 7 team. I mean, I would put the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Broncos. That's just me personally. I know people are down on the Lions, and I know it's like, well, they beat the Lions in week 1, but like I'd feel more confident in the Lions, honestly. I feel more confident in the Bucks over the Packers. Like, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of faith in this team. Not a lot of teams better than the Packers, but there's enough to where, like, you should be concerned if you're a Packers fan, because, like, it's Super Bowl or bust this year.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Let's continue. Let's wrap up our NFC North talk. Let's talk about the Bears and their insane game. I don't really have too much on this game. I was happy to see Caleb Williams get it done. Obviously, the Bengals gave up that insane game to the Jets last week, and they said, it's our turn. It's our turn to do that now. We're going to get our comeback, and they didn't do it. Caleb Williams, Caleb Williams had a great throw on that touchdown, but Colston Loveland, between 2 defenders, breaks the tackle, spins off, and he's gone into the end zone and scores, and they win outright. It was absolutely phenomenal. Jamar Chase, they panned to him right after they scored that touchdown, and he is just sitting on the sidelines with his head down.
I believe I saw a little bit ago on Twitter, like, he's walking in the tunnel, and I didn't hear the audio, but it sounded like he said one stop or something like that. So obviously he's frustrated. It's over for Zach Taylor.
I agree.
Like, you're probably gonna miss the playoffs here, and that'll be what, your 4th straight year?
Third straight year.
3rd straight year not missing the playoffs. I know the injuries and all that stuff. I think ownership and people running the team should also adhere to some of this criticism as well. Not building this O-line properly to protect your very injury-prone potential future Hall of Fame quarterback here, who's very good. And you're just wasting his prime with this bad defense. You signed these 2 amazing receivers. Shout out T. Higgins. Saw this crazy stat. I want to read out to you, Jake. So,
all right, bet.
T. Higgins caught his 9th straight home receiving touchdown. He is 3rd all time on this list. Would you like to guess the other 2 receivers?
I always guess Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
How is Jerry Rice on the top of every list ever?
Jerry Rice
is so stupid. It's so dumb.
Can you name the other one? Another Hall of Famer.
Another Hall of Famer. Okay.
Another Hall of Well, yes, he is in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so he's a recent Hall of Fame addition. Is it Calvin?
Nope.
Randy.
Nope.
Yeah, that was a bad guess. It's Terrell Owens?
Nope.
Really? Okay.
He wasn't a first ballot. It took him a minute again.
Chris Carter.
Yep.
Dang, really, Chris Carter.
Chris Carter, yeah. T. Higgins, yeah. I thought that was a neat little thing for him. But yeah, like, you have these awesome receivers and all this stuff, and you can't stop anybody. Like, this is horrible. So, Zach
horrible. It is.
Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor is probably gonna get the blame for how this season has gone. But really, ownership has to look themselves in the mirror as well, not putting anything towards this defense. And yeah, this is just really disappointing. And I'm a Seattle uh, Bengals fans. Cincinnati Bengals fan. I would be very, very upset. On the Bears side, though, it was great to see Caleb Williams having a kind of a bit of a breakout game for him there. 20 for 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Great win for the Bears. Here they're 5-3 now. They're tied with Detroit, so you're feeling good. You're about half a game or one game behind Green Bay. You still got to play them twice. If I was Chicago, I know it wasn't pretty today, but Caleb made the plays at the end of the game when you needed them, and you ran the ball well. Just gotta. It kind of almost felt with when Cincinnati had the ball late that I'm like, are they about to blow this game again? And it was great for Chicago to not blow this game. So
yeah, no, so for Cincinnati, to me, I understand. Like, I don't want to blame Zach Taylor. Like, I do think he naturally has to probably go. I mean, because, but I mean, this is a front office issue.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is a front office issue, and that's why I feel so bad that Zach Taylor's going to be the one that gets blamed. But like, you paid 2 receivers. You had the worst defense in the league last year. Didn't really make any change. You drafted Shamar Stewart, like, sure, like you invested some resources.
Didn't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. Now
you got to do the fight with Shamar Stewart too. I mean, It was just like dumb. And then, you're like, okay, I don't need you to be good. I don't even need you to be average. Can you be like the 18th to 20th best defense in the NFL? And yet, for the second year in a row, they are one of the 2 worst defenses in the league. It's just bad. It's
then
bad.
The offensive line.
And the offensive line, like, goes without saying. Obviously, Joe Burrow out for the 2 out of 3 years he's been out with injury. Like, you're like, we need help on the offensive line. We need help on the defensive side. And you go and you sign 2 of your receivers. And it's just poor management. It's bad. You fire Lou Anarumo thinking, okay, well, that's who what the problem was. And it's like, yeah, guess what? Lou Anarumo wasn't the problem. And he's killing it in Indianapolis right now. And here's a little stat for y'all. According to Next Gen, we love Next Gen. In this game, the Bengals defense missed 15 tackles for 133 additional yards against the Bears, including the Colston Loveland touchdown.
Yeah, it was awful. Like, what are you doing? Like, your job is to get him on the ground. Why are you leaning with your shoulder? What? Like, this is a tight end. That's a tight end, bro. Like, it's
a big dude.
It's a big dude. Like, what are we doing?
Entered into the game with 94 missed tackles for 645 yards, both of which were the most in the NFL. So, a very, very poor performance. Look, I understand, like, yeah, okay, we're kind of, like, the game was already over, and you kind of had a miracle comeback that didn't end up being a miracle comeback, but, like, boy, you score 42 points with Joe Burrow as your quarterback. You gotta win that game. Like, it's just so bad.
I mean, I don't know what the stat is. I don't have the stat, but I imagine if you score 42 points in an NFL game, you most likely should win that game.
Oh yeah, the record has got to be crazy. And I mean, look, let's go back. Like, here's what this defense has given up in each game dating back to week 1. Week 1, they gave up 16 points. Fine, good stuff. Congrats. After that, 27. Okay, that's pretty not good. 48. 28. 37. 27. 27 is as good as it's going to get because we got 31, 39, and 47 these last 3 weeks. It's just bad. Like, it's just, and so again, I know Zach Taylor's going to get the axe for this, but like, and again, he's partial to blame for some of this, obviously, like to a degree, but I give Zach Taylor like 30% of the blame. Like, this is a front office. We don't know how to build. Like, the Cowboys, Look, I'll come back. You could clip this and come laugh at me if I'm wrong about this. The Cowboys are not going to sign George Pickens. Why would they? They have CeeDee Lamb. What they're gonna trade George Pickens for like a second or third rounder. It's gonna be an improved pick from what they had to give up last year to get him, and then they're gonna draft a receiver with that pick, and that pick is probably gonna be pretty good.
You don't think they would sign George Pickens?
No, not because they're already paying CeeDee Lamb, and they need help on too many other areas of the team. Like they're gonna use their cap correctly. They're going to try to get draft capital. They're going to go draft somebody to replace him. And I mean, again, like even without CeeDee Lamb, they were killing it with George Pickens. Like you have great offense without George Pickens with only CeeDee Lamb. Like you just go get some moderate help on the other side with some draft capital. You're going to be fine. But like the Bengals missed that memo because everybody's looking at them going, that's not how you build a team. Why are you building your team that way? And you see the results. Your injury-prone quarterback gets hurt, and you're 3-6 because you can't stop anybody. So, yeah, unfortunate. Feel bad for Bengals fans. This organization continues to disappoint everybody. As for the Bears, only thing I'll say about the Bears. First off, happy Caleb Williams had this moment. That was a cool moment to get to have, and to a rookie nonetheless. I feel more and more like I find myself saying, this is a game almost every single time I've ever seen the Bears play it, they lose.
Sure.
And I feel like multiple times this year, they have found ways to win those games. Whether it was this game like against the Bengals where it's like, oh, you're going to blow this game and it's over. No, we're going to win. We're going to stop it, the bleeding. Against the Commanders, against the Raiders. But all three of those games are games that any other year, I think this team loses, and they find ways to win because I do think Ben Johnson is proving to be a really good coach. And, I mean, they're winning games and they're doing what they're doing. Their defense isn't good. I mean, they're good at getting takeaways, but their defense is not good without the takeaways. And Caleb Williams has been mid. Like, he has been so mid, and yet they are finding ways to situationally get out of these games. They're playing well. Penalties are still an issue, but I really, if you're a Bears fan, there's hope. There's hope.
There's hope. It's a little aggravating, but yeah, no, you should feel pretty good.
I mean, and you beat the Packers last year with everything falling out of the sky.
Sure.
Like you get to play them twice now late in the season when you feel like, maybe things are clicking and you're rolling. Like they split with the Packers again this year. That's like holy moly. Like we're right there. We're actually in play for a playoff spot right now. So good for the Bears. All right. Let's see, Christian, where do we want to go next? Let's go. You want to talk about your game on Thursday?
Sure, let's knock that out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, not much to really say here. First half, though, it did feel good. I will say we were moving the ball up and down on the Ravens defense, but just some unfortunate events there. With fumble, missed field goal, all that stuff. I'd say the positive thing that came after this game was the following day, and I checked my phone, and we finally parted ways with Chris Greer. That was probably the happiest I have felt this year. The news about my team: Mike McDaniels is still the head coach. Probably is going to get fired, especially how this season's looking. We're 2-7 here.
But he is going to be the coach, is what I heard for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's going to be the coach for the rest of the season, which I'm not. I'm glad we got rid of Chris Greer. I mean, as you can see, this team was not very well built. Now, everybody wants to talk about what can we do for the future. Do we just eat this cap? Do we trade Tua? I mean, honestly, I would. It's a huge cap hit. But I don't know. Maybe if the Raiders are desperate at the end of the year. Now, first things first, talked about it, and they were talking about basically what we would have to do is hopefully we get a team to help compensate some of the cap hit or something. But also, we'd have to trade away picks to get rid of Tua. Which I wouldn't hate, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If we could just kind of, I think, yeah, we just need to strip away and start over again here. So getting a new head coach, finding a new quarterback, whoever that may be, and keeping some of the young talent. Obviously, Achan, keeping him. I wouldn't mind Waddle staying. Get Tyreek out of the building as well. This is about, but yeah, it sucks. But losing this game. But I mean, I think hopefully we're headed in the right direction here. It's my hope for this season and how we end it. Um, for the Baltimore side, good win for them. A little shaky. Lamar not playing for about a month here, but after essentially that first half, played really well. Had 4 touchdowns, he had as many touchdowns he had in completions, which I think was pretty funny. Derrick Henry had a good game with 119 yards. So good game for Baltimore. 3-5, still got a bit of ways to climb out of. They are playing Minnesota next week. See if they get that win there. Be a little bit closer to 500. And
Yeah.
What do you got, Jake?
Yeah, not too much to add on to that. I think the Ravens about to go on a run, baby. I think we're about to see it.
How do you feel about their defense? Do you think they have fixed these issues?
Yeah, I mean, I say yeah.
It was a little shaky. Like we were moving the ball that first half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to get any elite level defense from the Ravens, but like, if Lamar can come in and be Lamar, which we know and love, and which for a lot of this season he has been, injuries aside, if you could just, again, I don't need you to be a top 10 defense. I just need you to not be horrible. Just give me average level defense for the back half of this season. Let Lamar be Lamar, and you're going to win a bunch of games. Like, that's what the message needs to be. Now, yeah, I mean, last year we saw them do this, though. We saw them be the worst defense in the league for the first half, and then the second half, they made some personnel changes. Zach Orr seemed to figure out some things, and they come in, and they're one of the best defenses in the league. Like, so it has happened. I don't know if it's going to happen this time.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Matabuke's out for a long time. Like, they're just trading Jair Alexander, so they're kind of starting to see those personnel changes in the secondary, but I think they'll be okay defensively. I am optimistic for this team's chances. And I mean, hey, at this point, the Chiefs have 4 losses. I mean,
that is like, loss, yeah.
I mean, a lot of the teams that we think of are that are going to be there at the end, like they're not that far behind them anymore. They're a game or 2 behind. So like with half the season left to go, like there's real opportunity here for them to recoup this. And again, they still got to play the Steelers twice.
Yeah.
So
they're 2 games behind them.
All right, we got 2 more close games to talk about, and then I think we can rapid fire the rest of these. Wanted to talk about the Broncos-Texans. Big, nitty-gritty game. Broncos trailing 7-15 in the final quarter. They come in and do what they do in the fourth quarter, the Broncos. They just, Bo Nix decides, all right, I'm ready to play now, and they get a game-winning field goal, win 18-15. I will say this.
Got a 2-point conversion, too. Damn.
The fact that the Davis Mills came in and the Texans continued to kind of dominate in this game. Not dominate, but they were doing enough to win. No touchdowns, just a bunch of field goals, but nevertheless, like, I was surprised, and I really did feel like the Texans were going to win this game just because they were just suffocating Bo Nix. Like, Bo Nix was not playing well in this game at all. He had a couple drives here and there that were the difference. But all in all, like, I mean, his stat line was he was like 2 for 8 at one point for an interception. Like, I mean, it was brutal. But the Broncos are who we think they are, who I think they are, and they find a way to win it at the end, 7-2. So,
I think he sucks. This team sucks.
The Broncos.
They're not good.
At 7-2?
They're not good. This team is getting look. I'm becoming radicalized on this team. I I'm kind of agreeing with Nick Wright a little bit here. I just
keep
look.
down.
They got a good defense. They got a good defense.
They have
Nick
one of the
Benito.
best defenses in the league.
Love Nick Benito. What's his name? The cornerback.
Pat Surtain.
Pat Surtain. That's my boy.
He's out, and they still were dominating in the secondary for the
like they're good. They're a good defensive unit. Like that unit is amazing. Losing, I don't know if they lost Zach Allen, but watch out for that. He was dominating in that game as well. Had 5 total tackles, 4 solo, had a sack, TFL, had 2 pass breakup, 3 QB hit. Like he was all over the field. Like this defensive unit is like very good. And like I messaged you like during the game, it was like. I said, like, I just don't know what to think about Bo Nix because
I don't either.
Like during this game, like I saw him now with great play by the defender. That interception he had, like he just rolled out to his left and like tossed it, and he thought he had space, but just the DB made an awesome play, cut off the receiver and just made a great interception. But then like a drive or two later, I just see this man throw a laser touchdown, and I'm just like, I don't know what to think about this dude. So this offense is too inconsistent for me, and I don't think they're not going far. Like they could be a top seed. We'll see what they do against Kansas City. I know they want to get some revenge on Kansas City. The almost beat them last year, but it took a block field goal. So we'll see how that goes last year, but for some revenge here. But like, I wouldn't be scared of Denver. Now I'd probably be a little scared if we have to go on the road for them. But like the top dogs, like if I'm Buffalo, I wouldn't be scared. I'm damn sure not scared if I'm KC. Colts might be a little bit shaky. For me, but I just don't. I'm not scared of this team if I am Baltimore as well. Like I would not be scared of this Broncos offense. I'm a little scared of that defense, but this offense it's just too inconsistent for me.
I would put the Broncos at 4th in the conference. Like I agree with you. Like KC and like I'll believe it when I see it. KC, Buffalo, Baltimore. Like I'll believe it when I see it when you beat them in big moments. But I mean, if it's the Colts or Broncos, I think I'm taking the Broncos. I know the Colts beat them earlier this year, but
I'd probably take the Broncos.
I would lean the Broncos. Sure. If the Patriots played the Broncos, I would lean the Broncos.
I'm leaning toward the Patriots. I don't know.
All right.
This close game they had with the Falcons was a little weird. They did end up winning, but I might take the.
It's fair. It's fair. But like, I mean, my point is like, I feel like they're in that second tier. It's like if the top tier is KC, Buffalo, Baltimore kind of pending, right? Like we'll kind of keep them off to the side, but understand what they represent. I mean, I feel like that second tier is Indy, Denver, New England, and the Chargers. Like I feel like those are the 4 teams in that next tier. So, I mean, Steelers, I feel like they've got the Steelers made. Bengals, they've already blown out the Bengals. Jets, Dolphins, Browns, like Raiders, like those teams. Jaguars, like I think the Broncos.
Oh yeah, they're better than those teams.
The Texans, they just beat the Texans. So like, but I mean that. I think they will at least win a playoff game, and I think they can mess around and win a second playoff game. Yeah, I look. They keep coming together. Like this is. I'm happy to see what I'm seeing because this was a team that struggled in 1-possession games last year. They were 1-6 last year, 1-possession games, and now this year they're winning a bunch of them. And they're 7-2. Like they're 7-2.
Play a normal game.
They're gonna win 13 games this year.
Game.
They're gonna win 13 games this year.
That's dumb.
Maybe 12, but possibly 13. If they split with the Chiefs, they're a 13-win team. All right. Anyway, and they might win their division. Who knows? They might win their division. I'm just saying they might win their division.
It's on the board. Like I can't put it past them.
As for the Texans, I just feel so bad for the Texans. I mean, C.J. Stroud is obviously
Right, you did
out
this
with
to
a concussion.
yourselves.
They did, like, but I also, like, their schedule this year was just so awful. Like, I mean, the Rams, the Bucks, the Ravens, who they beat, the Seahawks, the Broncos. They still have to play the Bills. They have to play the Colts twice. They have to play the Chiefs. They have to play the Chargers. Like, I hate the fact that they had such a hard schedule, and then one of the teams in their division is one of the magical teams on a run this year. Like, that's a 7-10 team, not because you're a 7-10 team, but just because that's the dice you rolled on the schedule this year. So I feel like this is a 9-8 team. I mean, 9-8, 10-7, kind of what they've been the past couple years. I just think they're going to end up 7-10 because of that schedule and because of the Colts being a surprise.
I was like, you see this team going 9-8? I'm like,
no, I feel like
7-10.
in a neutral in a neutral vacuum, this is a 9-8 team, but they're going to end up 7-10 because of their schedule and because of the Colts. So I don't really have too much to say on that. C.J. Stroud is obviously left with a concussion, so we're going to have to monitor that and see what happens.
That was tough to see.
But the good news is, if it's good news, they got the Jags at home next week, and then they got the Titans. So like,
it's not a gimme. They lost to the Jags.
It's not,
but they do play them tough,
and they playing at home this week. So things feel a little more optimistic if you can get through these next two games. I mean, hey, if you win these next two games, you're 5-5 going into that game against Buffalo. I mean, that's a tough stretch you got here. Yeah. You got Buffalo, Indy, and the Chiefs 3 straight weeks.
I mean, but that Buffalo game, so they play the Titans, I guess, that Sunday, and then 4 days later they have to play the Bills. That's
that Thursday night game before Thanksgiving.
That's tough.
It is tough, but they host them, and they did beat the Bills last year.
I forgot about that.
Never know. But I think this is a 7-10 team. Yeah. I think we do know. Sorry. All right, really quick.
Ooh,
we got
Seattle 21 up.
Yeah, it's getting bad there on Sunday Night Football. But we got one more game to talk about here before we go rapid fire. Just wanted to hit on the Patriots and the Falcons. 24-23.
It was a weird game.
It was a weird game. The Patriots controlled a lot of this game, and then the Falcons down 21-7 started to mount a comeback. Falcons score the go-ahead touchdown to tie it. Kicker misses the extra point. Really, really sad, to be honest, because the announcers are like showing him doink it and showing his sad reaction. They're like, he was cut from the Patriots, and they went with Borealis instead. And it's like, okay, so this man just went through such a tough professional moment, and we're like telling the world about his most like embarrassing fact about himself. It's kind of sad, but no, I mean, 6 straight wins for the Patriots. 6 straight wins, and look. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's not all easy. You're going to have to beat frisky teams that you are better than, but will put up a fight, and if you look away, they will beat you. They survived it.
They did. Got a little lucky.
Yeah.
Got a bit lucky.
Drake May did not play amazing, but, I mean, he was also really, really struggling. He had a strip sack that led to a straight touchdown for the Falcons. Like, they didn't do a great job of protecting him. 16 sacks over the past 3 games on Drake May. That is not sustainable.
I wonder, I should have to watch the Patriots tape. I wonder how much is that of him just holding the ball too long, or is that like a O-line issue?
No, I feel you. But also, Drake May had 200-plus passing yards and a passer rating of 100-plus in 8 straight games now. He is now tied with Aaron Rodgers in 2020, Tom Brady in 2007, Peyton Manning in 2004 for second all-time. Now, I do want to say all 3 of those quarterbacks won the MVP. All 3 of those quarterbacks won the MVP.
We'll see. Like, they get a top seed. They're 7-2. They won 13, 14 games.
I mean, even at 12 games, like you win your division with 12 games, like you might. I mean, look, the only quarterback, like he is tied now second all time with 3 MVP campaigns. The only one that's better than that, the first all time, was Aaron Rodgers in 2011 when he had 12 straight games. That was the year he went 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and won the MVP. So, I mean, he has put together a type of season that is an MVP type season. And he's winning like it too. I mean, 7-2, like, again, just as you said, you get 13 wins or so, like, it's going to be hard to not give it to him. So I'm glad. I felt really silly when I put Drake May on my sleeper MVP candidate list at the beginning of the year.
No, it's coming to fruition.
He's
coming
to
it took
fruition.
a little bit. Took a little bit. But
he's real good. He's real good. So anyway, all right. Anything? Falcons. This is just the most Falcons-like game. Like,
dude, right? And they were playing well. Like Michael Penix was making some throws to Drake London, tight coverage.
London, 3 touchdowns today.
Bro, I was thinking about this when I watching Red Zone. Remember, I don't know if I don't think I watched it with you, but I was watching it with Nick. And when the Falcons drafted Drake London, we were just like that Soldier Boy. I mean, Drake, he's really good.
Drake London was fantastic.
He's really good.
He caught a crazy catch over Christian Gonzalez, and he injured Christian Gonzalez in the process. It was a crazy. And
he's
then he
a dirty
went back.
Player too.
I don't think he's dirty. I don't know, but he just kind of landed on him. It was unfortunate. Yeah. But then he went back later that same drive and caught the touchdown for his third of the day. Drake London was really, really good. It's just, of course, they finally wake up and they have a good game, and Michael Penix comes back after an embarrassing loss, and they tie it, and then they don't tie it because their kicker misses the extra point. Very tough.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that is how the Falcons would lose it. All right, rapid.
Yeah, I won't lie here. I did really quick 49ers Giants. I didn't watch this game that much. I kind of was just score watching, but I mean, dude, does this not feel like Hail Mary? The Bears post Hail Mary?
Yeah.
We're at three straight losses now.
It is. It's starting. They're starting to pile up here. I'm trying to look at their schedule. They could upset some of these teams, but they got the Bears, at the Packers, the Lions, Patriots. Commanders getting their asses whooped, but maybe they'll fix it right now. And December, the Vikings and the Raiders, and they finish the game with the Cowboys. I don't know, man. It seems like they're about to go on at least a 4-game skid, losing skid. I mean, they're already on a 3-game losing skid already. Yeah, it is starting to feel that way, and Brian Daboll is just getting tighter and tighter on that.
I don't see. I mean,
been waiting for San Fran, man. Mac Jones took a punch to the face. His nose was bleeding. That was crazy. Christian McCaffrey had a good day running the ball and was their leading receiver today.
Of course he was.
He's on pace to be the all scrimmage yards this year leader. So good win for San Fran. 6-3, man.
Lost Michael Williams though.
Crazy.
And here's the question, Christian. Michael Williams gone, Nick Bosa gone, Fred Warner gone. You obviously lost Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga this offseason. So this defense is just Travarius Ward gone as well. You lost him this offseason as well. They're 6-3. Defense.
Wow.
Penalties. Wow. Penalties. Not penalties. Injuries are just ravaging them. It's so bad.
They're still winning these games.
Do you think they should go make a trade?
Oh my God, Seattle won again. Or scored again.
It's 28-0, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's getting crazy. But do you think they should go make a trade to bolster this defense at the trade deadline? Personally, I don't think so. You
should, but at the same time, why? You're doing okay. You're 6-3 right now. LA, they're looking good right now. They're flying high at 6-2. Seattle, I know it's the first half, but they're up 28-0 right now. So you're right there. In this division, you're getting the most. If Kyle Shanahan does not win Coach of the Year, I'm gonna be pissed because what?
Yeah.
Because this man is doing all this. Like, we're getting a resurgence from Christian McCaffrey, who's pretty much carrying the team at this point. Mac Jones is doing okay, with the filler role here. He has him at 6-3. I don't see the necessity to go get a defensive player right now, like trading, like maybe like I wouldn't say like maybe like a star guy, but maybe like a guy with some potential there, because like at this point you got a lot of holes on this team that you obviously need to fill. You don't want to be giving up too many draft picks going into the season or into next season. So I'd say like try to go bargain bin shopping right now. I wouldn't try to make the big splash because you're not winning with all these injuries. You're not winning. We just saw what happened to the Lions. You can't go into the postseason with a whole bunch of injuries throughout your team and expect to go to the NFC Championship or even the Super Bowl. So, I am on the same. I'm on the same boat with you. I wouldn't, but like if you feel the need, like you want like a little bit more help on that defense, fine. But I wouldn't try to make a humongous trade like you're on the verge of a Super Bowl run, because you're not.
No, that's I first off, Kyle Shanahan has never won Coach of the Year, which feels like he's due for a couple, because he has been a phenomenal coach. But to me, it's like if you're going to make a trade, it either has to be something kind of inexpensive or it has to be something that will help you beyond just this year. Because you can't be front-loading your team right now to sell out and go say, well, we're right there. It's like you're not right there. You're not right there. I don't think you could beat the Rams at this point. I know they already did and they blew them out. But, like, I mean, realistically, Rams, 49ers in the playoffs, I'm picking the Rams. The Seahawks, I don't know if you can beat the Seahawks right now.
Yeah.
The Eagles, the Packers, the Lions. Like, I mean, that's 5 teams right there. The Bucks, that's 6. Like, I don't think you're beating any of those teams. And, there's 7 teams in the playoffs, so maybe they're the 7th seed right there. But, like, this to me, like, you weren't supposed to be a great team this year. I mean,
you had the
easy schedule.
Yeah, the easy
but, like,
schedule.
You weren't, the easy schedule. But, like, you weren't supposed to. I don't feel like anybody who's realistic. I know there were some people who are like the 49ers are Super Bowl contenders. Nobody who actually understands what's happening with the 49ers thought they were a Super Bowl contender. Like, this is a team that's like, we're going to have a good year and we could make some noise if things go right for us, but things are not going right for you. And you're still winning games. That's positive, but I mean, take your lumps this year. You're in a rebuild. You're in a transition period. You're going to have a good year and just deal with it, and then go into next offseason with some freed cap space, some good draft capital, get some of your guys back, and then I really feel like the 49ers could be a difference maker next year. But I didn't go into the season thinking they were going to be anything, and they've honestly been really good despite all their injuries. So I do want to give them credit, but
crazy.
I mean,
it's
been
success
very impressive
having with all these injuries.
It's been very impressive. So, all right, rapid fire these last couple of games. I'll be honest. I was watching the Chiefs Bills, so I did not watch the Jags Raiders, and I did not watch the Rams Saints.
I didn't watch a whole bunch. Oh, we forgot about the Titans Chargers. That game was very close.
Cam Ward finally looked good offensively.
He did. He made some. It had some missed throws, but I think overall has been improving throughout the year. But shout out the Chargers. They did lose Joe Alt, but they did get the win. So that's positive for them.
But, man, we saw how bad they were that month with that Joe Alt. Now that he's done. He's done for season.
Yeah, so we'll see how the Chargers go about. They have next Sunday night, the Sunday night game against the Chargers at home, or the Steelers, at home. So we'll see about them. So I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick.
Man, and for the record, he may not be out for season, but what they're reporting is he has another high ankle sprain, but it could actually require a surgery. And they're going to confirm that tomorrow on Monday. So
I didn't know a high ankle sprain could
I didn't either.
get that bad and make surgery. But yeah, for the Jags Raiders game, didn't watch this one. I was
Raiders
watching Red
upset
Zone.
them.
That's where. But this game, I know you might say, "Oh, this game was very back and forth, high scoring game." No, it wasn't. This was 9-6, 9-6. For the Raiders going to the fourth quarter, and then just an offensive explosion that happened in the fourth quarter. Combined 31 points in the fourth between these two teams. So it was a great fourth quarter game for them. Trevor Lawrence didn't look great. Geno did have a solid game, 29 for 39, 4 touchdowns, did have an interception, 284 yards. Brock Bowers' first game back, and my dude put on a show. 12 catches, 127 yards. 3 of those, Geno's 4 passing touchdowns were to him. Tough loss for the Raiders. Jacksonville goes all the way down, gets the score there. Geno makes some good plays. They get the touchdown. Pete Carroll, I don't hate that call there. It was getting toward the end of overtime, 2-point convert. Like, let's just win this thing. I don't want to tie it. So I respect him for trying it. But and unfortunately, Geno got the ball batted down there. So it was just unfortunate for the Raiders. Yeah, hate to see it. But for Jacksonville, still not in love with Trevor Lawrence. They're probably going to trade Brian Thomas Jr. He's just dropping the ball too much.
Dang, what a crazy fall.
Right?
Dude was like on his way to being a superstar. Now we're just all like, all right, it's time to move off of him.
We'll see. We have the trade deadline at Tuesday. We'll see what they'll do, but I can't imagine they're happy with his production this year. So we'll see. Maybe he just needs a new team. But yeah, good for Jacksonville. They're 5-3, still game behind the game and a half behind the Colts. Have they played the Colts? I
don't believe they have. No, I'm double checking. They got the Texans next week, and then they still got the Colts twice. They played the Colts in December. So, some Jacksonville. Again, they're gonna hang out. I said they'd win the division. I don't feel very good about that, but you picking them to be in the wild card, hey, that's a lot of competition in the AFC, but they're still alive for it. You never know. And last thing I'll say about this game, again, I don't really have an opinion to give on this game because I did not watch too much of it. So I'm going to probably watch it later this week and come back with my thoughts more on Thursday's pod. But I know the one thing I did see from this game, Cam Little set the record, 68-yard field goal.
Yes, I meant to bring that up. Thank you.
68-yard field goal. So congrats to Cam Little. Kind of he's trying to be Brandon Aubrey or something out there.
Yeah, I heard on the broadcast he hit a 70-yarder in the preseason.
Yeah,
which doesn't count, but
but pretty good.
No, yeah, good for him. Now has the record.
So that was amazing. But with that, y'all, look, I hate to be that guy, but this Sunday night game is 28-0.
Yeah.
So we probably know where this is going. Seattle dominating. The Commanders are about to score, so maybe they do make it interesting, but probably not. But Seattle, man, they're so good. I've really enjoyed watching them play this year. I didn't think they'd be that good, and I thought I would be rooting against them because I didn't want to be wrong. But
oh my God, Sam Darnold's 13 for 13 and 4 touchdowns, 229 yards.
He's playing very well, and the Commanders just not good. They're just not a good team this year.
They're not.
The magic is gone. We called it. So
that sucks. I hope Jane. I think Jane Daniels is a very good quarterback.
He'll be fine. It's just down season. Things don't go your way. They didn't build their team very well.
And last year was just insane.
I feel like the challenge is you have a rookie who plays so far above himself that it makes you feel like you're closer than you probably actually are.
Yeah.
It's the same thing the Texans did, honestly, where it's like they went and traded for Stephon Diggs, and they lost a couple of draft picks because they went and drafted Will Anderson. They had to trade up to do that, so like they're a couple picks short on certain areas that could have been a guard, that could have been a tackle, that could have been a running back, but that's actually something John Middlecoff pointed out, so I want to give him a shout out for that. But like, it feels like that's really where the Commanders are too, is like, oh yeah, well we signed Bobby Wagner and we signed Laramie Tunsil and it's like, but like, oh, we signed Deebo Samuel and we gave Scary Terry a contract extension, and it's like, but y'all don't actually have. I know y'all got to the NFC Championship last year, but y'all don't actually have an NFC Championship level team. So like, you're trying to patch holes, and you're missing actually other big areas of need on your team. So it's kind of unfortunate. And I mean, they're gonna go 7-10 this year because of it. So it's how it works.
But they'll have an easier schedule next year. So I mean, I think they'll be better next year. But yeah, they gotta take their lumps here.
Gotta reset and build your team.
This is what I feel like. This is what they should have been last year. Like, as we talked about.
I agree. I agree. I think that's a good way to look at it. So anyway. All right, everybody. Well, with that, we're going to head out. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Take it easy. Take it sleazy. We are on every podcasting app you can name. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Give us a like. Give us a share. Give us a comment. Give us a rating. Do everything. Interact with us, please. We love you. We cherish you. And we will see you on Thursday to talk about Week 10. Exciting.
Week 10.
Yep. All right, Christian. See you, man.
Peace.